Welcome back to the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls around the world. Good evening, boys and girls. Are you ready for bed? Are you all snuggled up and ready for another Lights Out bedtime story? Well, you're in for a treat tonight. That's right, we have chapter 7 of Roald Dahl's Fantastic Mr. Fox. And tonight's chapter is called We'll Never Let Him Go. At 6 o'clock in the evening, Bean switched off the motor of his tractor and climbed down from the driver's seat. Bunce did the same. Both men had had enough. They were tired and stiff from driving the tractors all day. They were also hungry. Slowly, they walked over to the small fox's hole in the bottom of the huge crater. Bean's face was purple with rage. Bunce was cursing the fox with dirty words that cannot be printed, and Boggis came waddling up. "Dang and blast that filthy stinking fox," he said. "What the heck do we do now?"
"I'll tell you what we don't do,"
Bean said.
"We don't let him go."
"We'll never let him go," Bunce declared. "Never, never, never," cried Boggis.
"Did you hear that, Mr. Fox?"
yelled Bean, bending low and shouting down the hall.
"It's not over yet, Mr. Fox. We're not going home until we've strung you up dead as a dingbat."
Whereupon the three men all shook hands with one another and swore a solemn oath that they would not go back to their farms until the fox was caught. "What's the next move?" asked Bunce to the pot-bellied dwarf.
"We're going to send you down the hole to fetch him up,"
said Bean.
"Down you go, you miserable midget."
"Not me!" screamed Bunce, running away. Bean made a sickly smile. When he smiled, you saw his scarlet gums, and you saw more gums than teeth.
"Then there's only one thing to do," he said. "We starve him out. We camp here day and night, watching the hole. He'll come out in the end. He'll have to."
So Boggis and Bunce and Bean sent messages down to their farms asking for tents, sleeping bags, and supper. The end of We'll Never Let Him Go, Chapter 7 of Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl, here on the Lights Out podcast. Bedtime stories for boys and girls and fantastic foxes around the world. Good night. And here comes some bloopers. Or one, in fact. That was a blooper. Enjoy. The end of Chapter 7, Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl. Chapter with...